Hello and welcome to News at 10 on Rajya Sabha TV. Let's begin with the headlines. 79-year-old Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Mufti Mohammad Saeed passes away at AIIMS, Delhi. Leaders across party lines condole his demise. China's stock markets crashed 7%. Automatic circuit breaker halts trade. Sensex opens with a 30-point fall. World grapples with the ripple effects of North Korea's hydrogen bomb test. Oil prices sink to their lowest level in more than a decade. And a day after the bomb test, the United Nations Security Council pledges to pursue new sanctions against North Korea. Well, we start the morning bulletin with the tragic news coming in. Well, Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Mufti Mohammad Saeed passed away today at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences in New Delhi today. The end came at 7:15 in the morning. 79-year-old Saeed was admitted to Delhi's All India Institute of Medical Sciences since 24th of December. Now, doctors diagnosed him with sepsis, decreased blood count and pneumonia. For the past few days, the Chief Minister was on a ventilator for artificial breathing support. The mortal remains of the Chief Minister will be flown to Srinagar, where they will be kept for people to have the last glimpse of their beloved leader. Mufti Mohammad Saeed is likely to be buried in his ancestral village in South Kashmir. Remember, Saeed took over as Chief Minister of the PDP-BJP coalition on 1st of March last year. Now, party sources say that his daughter Mehbooba Mufti will be the logical choice as his successor as the Chief Minister. All right, as the tributes are pouring in since early morning today, because Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Mufti Mohammad Saeed died today at Delhi's All India Institute of Medical Sciences. He was 79 years of age. He was suffering from sepsis, low blood count, as well as pneumonia. Remember, he was admitted to All India Institute of Medical Sciences in the national capital on 24th of December. He had been put on ventilator support, and he breathed his last at around 7:15 in the morning today. Now, the mortal remains of the Chief Minister will be flown to Srinagar, where the body will be kept for the people to have the last glimpse of their beloved leader.
It's a sad news. He played a long inning in Indian politics, and the last phase of life was engaged in democratic politics and his orientation towards nationalism. He tried his best to become mainstream and bring the separatists in the mainstream, and this phase is very valuable in his political life.
मैं ये कह सकता हूँ कि इससे और भी कोई अफसोसनाक बात हो नहीं सकती। बहुत ही शॉकिंग है और पूरे स्टेट के लिए और पूरे देश को इससे बहुत नुकसान हुआ। जो शुरू की राजनीति थी मैंने उनकी लीडरशिप में की है और मुझे उसका हमेशा गौरव रहेगा। वो बहुत ही सेकुलर आदमी रहे और बहुत ही हार्ड वर्किंग रहे और नेशनलिस्ट रहे।
उनके निधन से जम्मू कश्मीर को भारत के साथ जोड़ने की मुख्य धारा का एक स्तंभ आज गिर गया। हम पार्टी उनकी इस आकस्मिक मृत्यु पर गहरा दुख प्रकट करती है।
Well, my colleague Vishal is now joining us on the phone line for more on this. Vishal, a tragic, really news coming in. What more can you tell us? Now, the mortal remains of the Chief Minister will be flown to Srinagar, where the body will be kept for the people to pay their tributes to the late leader. What more can you tell us?
Well, it certainly is a great loss to the people of Jammu Kashmir and specifically the ruling party PDP out there. In fact, the ruling alliance, the PDP-BJP combined, given the fact that Mufti Sahib had just taken over as the Chief Minister of the state on 1st of March last year. It was less than, almost 9 months he'd been in post out there. And definitely, as of now, the indications which are coming in from the alliance partners, specifically from his party, PDP, a clear indication which came in yesterday also that his daughter, that's Mehbooba Mufti, will take over as the new chief minister, although there is no official confirmation which has come in from the ruling party's quarters. But yesterday, the education minister, Naeem Akhtar, had responded to a similar question, saying that the obvious choice is his daughter, Mehbooba Mufti, who is, as of now, a PDP member of parliament from Jammu and Kashmir. And she has held the post earlier as well. So this in terms of the transfer of power, but effectively, if you look at the kind of political loss which seems to have hit the ruling combine and the state of Jammu and Kashmir, yes, it is quite immense, and that is quite evident in the kind of condolence messages which have been coming in from all quarters. Mufti Saab's political rivals also.
Right, Vishal, you just stay with us. We'll just come back to you. Let's go across to Mr. Bhim Singh, who is the leader of the National Panthers Party. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us this morning. How would you recall Mr. Saeed? Now he's passed away early this morning. What are your thoughts today?
It's very sad. It's very unfortunate. I never expected Mufti Saab to leave this world and Jammu and Kashmir politics. He had a big role, and he was the first and maybe the last Kashmiri who became Home Minister of India with Prime Minister VP Singh. He answered all questions to the enemies of India about Kashmir. By accepting to be a Home Minister, he gave the message to the world: Jammu and Kashmir is India and shall remain as India. Today, he is no more with us. We feel sad. It's very unfortunate, and unfortunate for the entire people of Jammu and Kashmir who have hope that Mr. Mufti will go forward for complete integration of Jammu and Kashmir with the rest of the country, because that was the goal the Mufti left for us when he became Home Minister of India, that Kashmir is India and India is Kashmir.
Sir, now the two-time Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Mr. Saeed, had a rich experience really in the state politics, and it seems his popularity was there cutting across party lines. Most of the leaders remember him as a very soft-spoken, but at the same time, a very assertive leader. You must have had personal interactions with him. What are your thoughts? What kind of person was he really?
When I returned from the world tour in 1973, I traveled around the world. When I came in, Rajya took me in Youth Congress, and it was the Mufti, president of Jammu and Kashmir party, Congress party, who received me in Srinagar, and I took the command of the youth. In 2002, I had two MLAs, the Panthers Party, who were made minister by him and who worked for him. Mufti was a nationalist, a revolutionary, a progressive, and he never questioned integration. He said, we are India and Kashmir is a part of India.
Right.
That's the message which he has left for us.
Right, a huge divide really for the country. Let's go across to Mr. Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, BJP leader. Sir, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Sir, now Prime Minister Narendra Modi has stated that Mr. Saeed was an exemplary leader. How would you remember him, and how would your party describe him, the kind of leader he was, the kind of person he was? Mr. Naqvi, can you hear me? Well, we seem to have lost that line with Mr. Naqvi. We'll just go across to him. Remember, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has tweeted this morning. He has said that Mr. Saeed was an exemplary leader. And the two-time Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Mufti Mohammad Saeed, had a rich experience in state politics. And Rajnath Singh has also tweeted this morning. He has said that the demise of Shri Mufti Saeed is an irreparable loss to Jammu and Kashmir. His departure has also left a big void in national politics. Let's go across to my colleague Vishal Daya once again. Vishal, as you were telling that leaders across party lines are now remembering Mufti Mohammad Saeed. As far as BJP is concerned, they have not given any official version of who is now likely to succeed him. But it seems there is a broad consensus on his daughter really taking over the reins now.
Well, yes, in fact, if you look at the political developments in the state of Jammu and Kashmir in last few months, then it was quite clear at that since last few weeks, rather, in fact, that there was a growing demand from the PDP ranks to get Mehbooba Mufti in as the Chief Minister of the state, though it was considered to be a matter of time. Now that the unfortunate incident of Mufti Sahib passing away has happened, clearly, the mantle will pass on to his daughter, Mehbooba Mufti. As I was saying earlier, there was a clear indication from the Education Minister and senior PDP leader, Naeem Akhtar, yesterday in response to such questions when, Mufti Saab's condition was considered to be critical, that the obvious choice would be Mehbooba Mufti. But then we will have to wait for some time now because this is a very sad moment for the PDP and for the PDP, BJP combined, also the ruling combined in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. What we are being told right now by our sources is that the Prime Minister himself is on his way to AIMS. He would be reaching there in a short while from now to pay his condolences, to meet the bereaved family members. The Home Minister is known to have already conveyed his condolences to the bereaved family. He was also, in fact, in regular touch with the team of doctors who was, looking after Mufti Saab during his treatment since last 2 weeks, and he made some regular visits to the AIMS as well. So all in all, we will have to wait for a formal announcement as to who will step into Mufti Saab's shoes. But then considering the indications which are coming in from the PDP, the ruling alliance partner of the BJP in Jammu and Kashmir since yesterday, the signal right now is pretty much clear. It seems that Mehbooba Mufti, the PDP MP from Jammu and Kashmir and daughter of Mufti Saeed, will take over as the new Chief Minister.
Yeah, Vishal, you just stay with us. We'll just come back to you. Let us now speak to Mr. Anil Anand, who's the Bureau Chief of the Greater Kashmir, joining us on the phone line. Thank you so much, sir, joining us this morning. Sir, now, the two-time Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Mr. Saeed, had a rich experience in the state politics of Jammu and Kashmir. Now, he was known to be a very soft-spoken person. How would you remember him, and how is the state really remembering their beloved leader today?
Yeah, he was quite a quintessential kind of a politician who always kept himself abreast of the ground situations rather than, working in the air. He always had a feel of the people's nerve. That is how his political career started. He experimented with himself in politics. He was a congressman. He started as a congressman. Until his end, I can vouch, he was a congressman, hard congressman to the core of his heart. But he politically experimented with to further his career as well as to benefit the state of Jammu and Kashmir. He left Congress, he went to Janata Dal, he became Home Minister of India, which nobody could have even imagined. And all this happened, and all these positions came to him only by dint of his own hard work, his own political acumen, which the leadership at the national level always recognized. And that is how he got his opportunities to serve the nation and the state.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us this morning. And now Mr. Shakil Ahmed, Congress leader, is now joining us on the phone line. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us this morning. Sir, now Mr. Saeed became the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir for the first time in 2002 in alliance with your party. What are your thoughts today?
The death of Mr. Mufti Mohammad Saeed is a very unfortunate incident. It's a loss of not only Jammu and Kashmir, but for the entire country. He was a firm believer in the thing that Jammu Kashmir is the integral part of India, and he almost stood for it. I had the opportunity to be a member of Lok Sabha with him in the 12th Lok Sabha. And his conduct, his behavior with his colleagues, with younger people, he always wanted to inculcate in them the values of Kashmir, the values of Indian values, and his behavior was a par excellence. He was courteous, he was a forthright person. He wanted to tell people, or he used to tell people that always believe in yourself and do whatever possible from you to give to your nation. So his loss is really a big loss to the country, especially for the people of Jammu and Kashmir.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. So it is really a sad news for the entire nation, because Mr. Mufti Mohammad Saeed's demise leaves huge voids. Now, all political parties are in fact expressing their condolences. Let's go across to my colleague Vishal Daya. Vishal, and you were just telling us that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is expected to arrive at All India Institute of Medical Sciences any moment. What more can you tell us, and tell us more about the funeral and the last rites, the last journey of the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister now?
Well, yes, you're right. The Prime Minister is expected in a short while at the Premier Institute, where Mufti Mohammad Saeed breathed his last. Also, in addition to the Prime Minister, several top leaders of the country have expressed their condolences, including the Congress President, the President of the country, and several other top leaders of other political parties as well. Now, the information which we are getting right now from our sources in the PDP indicate that Mufti Saeed's body will be taken to Srinagar today and will be placed there for for a chance for the common man of the state to go ahead and have a final look. Also, after that, we are being told that the final rites, that's a cremation, is likely to take place in his ancestral village in South Kashmir. That's what we are being told right now. There might be some changes in these plans as we go along, but that's what the initial indication from PDP sources is. Apart from that, yes, there are other political indications which are also coming in. The PDP BJP combined, if you look at it that way, is politically it's not a very old alliance in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. It has been in power for less than 10 months now. After the elections, when there was a hung assembly, followed by a very protected round of negotiations between the political parties. The PDP, BJP combined finally, staked its claim to form the government, and Mufti Saeed became the chief minister, along with the deputy chief minister from BJP. Now, the arrangement which our sources say is being worked out right now is to pass on the baton to PDP leader, and in this case, the PDP leadership and the MLAs of the PDP seem to be very clear about their choice. The indications which we have been getting since yesterday from the PDP ranks is that the baton is most likely to be handed over to his daughter, Mehbooba Mufti, who is right now a PDP MP from the state in Lok Sabha.
Right, so the baton is most likely to be passed over to Mr. Saeed's daughter. Thank you so much, Vishal, for all those updates there. We'll keep coming back to you. So the mortal remains of the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister would be flown to Srinagar, where his body is likely to be kept for people to have the last glimpse of their leader. As our colleague Vishal Daya was pointing out, he's likely to be buried in his ancestral village in south of Kashmir. Well, we'll keep tracking all those developments and give you the final journey of Mr. Mufti Mohammad Saeed. And right now, we'll take a very short break. We'll be back with more news. Stay with us.
Hottest topics.
If you can facilitate the opening up and the expansion of the international border trade, you can add to the economy.
370 धारा जो है वो जम्मू कश्मीर को मुल्क के साथ जोड़े रखती है.
Candid confessions.
The Congress has not been able to communicate.
We have to revive our links with the masses.
World-class healthcare is available to only a handful of people in this country.
Causing controversies.
A lot of leaders today think that they rule by divine right.
Now, media has become manageable.
Watch RSTV engaged personalities to the point. Every Wednesday, 10 p.m., Thursday, 1:30 and 5:30 p.m.
Welcome back. Now, Chinese stock markets fell over 7% less than half an hour after opening, now triggering an automatic circuit breaker by 9:58 a.m. when the markets halted trading. Figures showed the benchmark Shanghai Composite Index had slumped 7.32% or 245.95 points to 3,115.89. Now, the Shenzhen Composite Index tumbled 8.35% or 178.08 points to 1,955.88. Meanwhile, Indian markets also opened sharply lower after the China turmoil. 30-share BSE Sensex fell 321.31 points to 1.26% to 25,085.02, and the 50-share NSE Nifty also declined 99.55 points or 1.2% to 7,641.45. And in related news, world oil prices sank to the lowest level in more than a decade yesterday. And this followed markets turning nervous over concerns on world economic outlook and also North Korea's disputed claim of having tested a hydrogen bomb. Now, prices were driven below $34 a barrel as energy markets coped with a rougher economic outlook in China. Oil prices also came under pressure as the World Bank predicted China's troubles will spill over to the emerging markets, which will face the decline in commodity prices. Well, in addition to the economic concerns and geopolitical issues, the market remains overwhelmed with the global glut of oil. Meanwhile, the United Nations Security Council will begin work immediately on new measures against North Korea. The new steps will include a ban on trade and financing activities that aid its weapons program. Now, this comes a day after Pyongyang said that it tested a hydrogen bomb in what has been its fourth nuclear test since 2006.
The members of the Security Council held urgent consultations to address the serious situation arising from the nuclear test conducted by the DPKR on January 6, 2016. The members of the Security Council strongly condemned this test.
A day after North Korea claimed to have tested a hydrogen bomb, the United Nations Security Council pledged to pursue new sanctions against it. The Council held an emergency session on Wednesday called by the US, Japan and South Korea.
This test once again violates numerous Security Council resolutions. This act is profoundly destabilizing for regional security and seriously undermines international non-proliferation efforts.
The action comes amid widespread condemnation over the test, despite governments and scientists expressing skepticism over Pyongyang's claims. The seismic shock from the test was detected, but experts say it will take some time to confirm if it was indeed a hydrogen bomb.
That it was a nuclear test. We're still working our way through the metrics here, so I'm really not at liberty to offer more definitive analysis than that. But we nothing we've seen so far backs up the claim that this was a hydrogen bomb.
North Korea on Wednesday bragged about what it called the spectacular success of its first ever hydrogen bomb test, with leader Kim Jong-un saying that it will make the world look up to his strong nuclear country. India expressed deep concern and stressed on North Korea's links with Pakistan, with reports suggesting that Pakistan provided much of the machinery to make the bomb.
Whatever this event was, whether it was a hydrogen bomb or something less than that, it all works towards their goal of making smaller, more efficient weapons that they can then put on top of missiles.
this is going to create further anxieties in the minds of particularly the neighbors, and also India should be particularly concerned. India's concerns have primarily when India has talked about China's proliferation of capabilities or Pakistan's proliferation of capabilities, we have never highlighted the North Korean factor.
North Korea conducted nuclear tests in 2006, 2009 and 2013. With the new test and UN Security Council responding with more sanctions, North Korea's international isolation is expected to further deepen. Pyongyang is thought to have developed several crude nuclear weapons. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. For another short break here, we'll be back with more news. Do stay tuned.
Tales that inspire, stories of social change. A salute to diversity, promoting public discourse. Events that motivate, inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries every Friday at 10:30 p.m., Saturday 12:30 p.m. and Sunday at 1 p.m.
Welcome back. Now, the Army has dismissed criticism over deploying the National Security Guard predominantly in the counter-terror operations at the Pathankot Air Base. It said it was fully involved in what it called a joint decision to let the NSG handle the crisis. Well, there was also a scare outside the airbase yesterday when a man was detained with a bag. Well, he was taken away for questioning, even as the combing operations and an NIA investigation continued at the site.
A team of the National Investigation Agency on Wednesday questioned Gurdaspur SP Salvinder Singh. Looking into discrepancies in his statement, they recreated the scene of his abduction. At the heavily fortified airbase in Pathankot, combing operations entered the fifth day.
Combing operations and sanitization operations are still underway, and these operations tend to take time because there is unexploded ammunition and munitions lying over there. They all have to be destroyed in situ, and these are risky operations.
The NIA is looking into SP Salvinder Singh's claims that he was returning from a temple at 11 p.m. when terrorists kidnapped him. On Wednesday, he was taken to the places he visited before he and a jeweler friend Rajesh Kumar Verma and cook Madan Gopal were allegedly abducted. Singh is facing of alleged breach of discipline. He was transferred recently as Assistant Commandant of 75th Battalion of Punjab Armed Police. Singh claimed the militants snatched his phone and made calls to Pakistan. Phone records indicate that the intruders used his phone inside the airbase by mid-afternoon on 1st of January. On Monday, the United Jihad Council, an alliance of pro-Pakistan militant groups, claimed responsibility for the assault. It claimed that no sensitive installation of India was out of its reach. The well-planned assault took place just 25 kilometers from the border. It has put pressure on the attempt to normalize the talks process between India and Pakistan. The process was only last month provided a fresh impetus by Prime Minister Narendra Modi with a visit to Lahore. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And in an effort to curb pollution, the centre has advanced the date for countrywide implementation of Euro 6 compliant fuels by 4 years to 1st of April 2020. Well, the decision will involve an investment of 300 billion rupees. Stating this on Wednesday, Road Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari said that the crucial decision was jointly taken by the Ministries of Oil, Heavy Industries and Environment.
हमने ये तय किया कि अब BS4 से एकदम हम BS6 पे जाएंगे, और आपको पता होगा कि इसके लिए हमने पहले जो निर्णय किया था वो 2021 तक ये BS6 को हम लागू करेंगे, ऐसा हमने निर्णय किया था। पर आज हमने ये निर्णय किया है कि अब BS6 फ्यूल अक्रॉस द कंट्री ये 1/4/2020 तक हम लागू करेंगे।
Well, that's all in this edition of Breakfast News, but news and updates continue on your channel. Keep watching Rajya Sabha TV.